Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'll be discussing in a number of episodes during this series the purpose of life. What is the actual purpose of life? Why are we here? What are we doing here? What are we supposed to be doing here? Where are we going? How do we achieve and discover and find out our purpose in life? This is the main topic that I'll be covering over a number of weeks, number of episodes, beginning with why this question is important, looking at the context behind this question, and then looking at perhaps a number of purposes that we should have as human beings. Why is this question important, the purpose of life? This question naturally is one of the most basic questions that is faced by human beings throughout history. Whether as an individual, as a group, as a nation, as a community, people have been asking this fundamental question for a long time throughout different phases, different periods of history. What am I doing here? Who am I? What is my purpose in life? What am I supposed to be doing? What does this life mean? Where am I heading? What comes after life? Is there another life after death? Death follows life, but what follows after death? Is there another life? What am I supposed to do to achieve my purpose, my goal in this world? Even the philosophers who used to quote sayings like, "The unexamined life is not worth living." In other words, living life without examining, without questioning, without analyzing why we are here is not worth living. It's not a life of fulfillment or quality or purpose. So ultimately, everybody wants to find out what their purpose of life is. Many people go through life without understanding, without thinking, without reflecting. And if we look at anything in life, without a purpose, there's no meaning behind it. Without a purpose, anything cannot fulfill its real, true potential. If there are no goals, if you leave your house one day on a journey, but you don't know your destination, you don't know where you're going, you don't know why you've come out of your house to go somewhere, you don't have a map, you don't have directions, how will you ever reach your destination? How will you ever reach your journey? How will you ever reach your goal? So just like nobody comes out of their house, nobody leaves their house without an end goal, without a purpose, without a destination. Similarly, as human beings, we must have a purpose, we must have a destination, we must have a goal that we are supposed to be meeting. What is that goal that we are supposed to be achieving? What is that purpose that we are supposed to be achieving? Most people today have many different goals, many different aims in life. They have many different purposes. Many people, if you ask them, they've achieved success beyond their wildest dreams, often very, very wealthy, very famous, or very successful in what they're doing. But yet, many people feel there's something missing. There's still an emptiness inside. What is that emptiness? Why is it there? Although they've achieved material wealth, they've achieved their life goals, their dreams, everything they could wish for, yet we find people who are empty inside, who feel there's something still missing inside. And it's not just people who achieve wealth or fame or success. Every ordinary person, every now and then, feels if they haven't got a purpose in life, if they're not driven with a clear goal, with a clear direction in life, they often feel there is something missing in their lives. So here are a few examples of what people say, some of the things that people say about when they've reached a certain goal or reached a certain purpose or achieved something. You may have heard this before, it may be very familiar to you. You know, somebody, I describe it as lonely at the top. Somebody says, I was obsessed with making it to the top. I sacrificed everything to get to the top of my career, whether it's in the law profession, whether it's in the medical profession, whether it's in the teaching profession, whether it's in business. I sacrificed everything to get to the top. But when I got there, I found out that it's empty. It's not the way it was made out to be. It's not all that it was presented to be. I achieved my career goal. I achieved my ambition of becoming somebody, but it's very lonely at the top. I'm still lonely. I still have a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of lack of guidance. I'm a bit lost in life. This is one example. Another example is people say enough is never enough. I used to compete with my neighbor. When my neighbor bought a new car, I would compete with him and buy a better car. When my neighbor did an extension to his house, I would make a bigger extension. When my neighbor built a loft, extended upwards, I would build a bigger loft, extend upwards. Another example of this purpose and goals in life, where people think they've achieved their goal, their mission, their ambition in life, is somebody I title as sold my soul. I lied, I cheated, I did everything against the rules. I broke every rule to get to where I am. I did this because I thought that would bring me happiness. I thought if I get this deal done, if I grow my business to this level, if I own X, Y, and Z, even though I'm lying, cheating, deceiving people, whatever it is, I had to get my ambition, my dream fulfilled. But now, after I've achieved it, I reflect, I think, I feel empty inside, I feel bad, I regret, I feel horrible. I don't feel I did the right thing. I feel I've wronged my own self. Or others who may say, I've pleased everybody except for myself. I lived a life pleasing others. I didn't have my own purpose, my own goal, my own direction, my own destination, my own ambition. I lived a life pleasing others. I did what other people were saying for me to do. I followed them. I was influenced by my peer group, my friends, my relatives. I did everything they told me to do. So these are just some examples of different scenarios where people reflect after they think they've achieved their goal. They realize there's something still missing. If you've ever thought like this, if you've ever felt like this, then perhaps it's time to reflect along with me, reflect and let us discuss what our real purpose in life should be. Let us think, why was I created? What is my true purpose in life? What is my true ambition in life? What is my true goal in life? These are the things which, without examination, without questioning, without reflecting on, we will never achieve true fulfillment. We will never achieve true happiness. We will never achieve or maximize or fulfill our own potential as human beings. Every single human being is different. Every single person is different. Everyone has a set of skills, a set of talent, abilities where they can excel. But this is in this dunya, in this world. But we have a greater goal, a greater purpose. What is that greater purpose within which we can utilize our skills, our abilities? This series will be looking at how and why we got here as human beings. How did we get here? Why are we here? In all of the billions of planets in the universe, why this one? Why have we been placed here? What am I supposed to be doing here? What is my real purpose? What was I created for? And how can I achieve that purpose in life? What am I really supposed to be doing here? two questions, if we ask ourselves, will really help us. The first one is, where are we at the moment? Let us look at where we find ourselves in terms of society, space, geography. Where exactly am I? And in terms of history and time, in which time period am I living in? When we ask questions around these two issues, we will begin to understand where we're at. So this series will be looking at why we are here, what is our purpose, why have we been created, where can we discover our real purpose, how am I supposed to know, what am I doing? So as I said, we need to answer two questions. One is where we're at in terms of context, in terms of geography, place, where am I, which society am I living in? And secondly, in which time period am I living in? When we answer these two questions, we will begin to discover our purpose in life. This will set the journey on discovering our purpose in life. We're going for a short break now and we'll be continuing after the break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.